welcome back to Evil's Comics. This guy right here is Evil Mike, or Mike if you prefer. And I got a review for you today. But before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe on this guy's channel. I am trying to hit that 1K sweet spot. I'm almost there, almost at 900, and it's thanks to people like you that are watching at home. But yeah, I am going to be dropping more reviews. If you want to stay in the loop, you know, you might want to turn on that bell. It'll keep you in the loop. So with all that being said, let's get started. So I am going to be doing a review / comparison. I'm going to compare the regular versions with the Redband version. If you saw the thumbnail, you know what review this is. We're going to be talking about Wolverine's Revenge. It's written by Jonathan Hickman, art by Greg Capallo, inks by Tim Townsend, colors by FCO Plascencia. I know I mispronounced that. But then we got letters by VC's Cory, Petit. We get a little backstory on what's going on with this little, title page, and basically the whole world's gone dark after Magneto's death. Like basically, asteroid M fell to the Earth, the big EMP, and the whole world's trying to survive. We got Wolverine set in the Savage Land, just kind of doing what he does, and that's where we start the book. They actually give us like a time frame of when it is. I don't think we need that, but we have Greg Capallo's beautiful art right here, and we see this like indigenous tribe in the Savage Lands. They're supposed to be looking for this dangerous T-Rex. They're being accompanied by Wolverine, riding a Triceratops, and basically they're like, oh man, this monster's so far, it just turns out to be like not even a T-Rex. I'm not gonna say what exactly what, but you're about to see it. But it's like I forget all the different dinosaur names. It's like an Alchemax or Alcarex or something like that. I just made that up. Alright, so basically this dinosaur shows up, takes out Wolverine's mount, the Triceratops. The indigenous tribe kind of have to scatter. When the next page, Wolverine goes to town, starts tearing this monster up, goes straight for his belly basically. Now this is when one of the next page after this is one of the pages where it is different from the uncut to the regular. In the regular, he does go to town, he tears up the dinosaur, and there's some entrails, that kind of stuff. In the in the Redband, you can see it's a little more bloodier and stuff. They show a lot more of the detail of him killing the dinosaur. But anyways, on the bottom of the page, you can see that the dinosaur isn't even taken out by Wolverine. Somebody shows up and shoots it through the eyes. It's not just one eye, it's both eyes. But it happens to be Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. And we got like Maria Hill, and I don't know who the other guy that shows up with him or whatever. Basically, he's come to ask for Wolverine's help. Says he needs, got him a quest that's bigger than his little side quest that he was doing. Takes him back to these helicarriers, and we find out it's like the last 3 helicarriers in the world that they have. There used to be like 30 of them or something like that. On the ship, you see there's Captain America, Bucky, and most of the like Howling Commandos that I know, like Dum Dum Dugan and stuff like that. Basically, he lays out this plan that Mastermind's got this machine that he's trying to like kill the rest of the world, basically, that they're about to like do this secret mission to try and stop Mastermind and acquire this machine so they can power the rest of the world. And Nick Fury kind of lays out his plan. We see kind of the players that are going to be involved, and after that they basically get ready to go launch. But right before they can do that, as shown, Mastermind kind of like invades their little hoorah, and he's like, it's not going to go as planned. And we see the remaining like 3 heli-characters. I think it's like, yeah, the remaining 3 heli-characters basically blow up or whatever. There might have been one that survived, but I think it's all 3. But we have all our heroes, and they're jetpacking to the ground. They make it to the ground. It's a snowy terrain. They're in Russia, and supposedly that's where Mastermind is located, and they basically start hunting him down. Before this even gets started, we have this like background element that starts taking out this whole group one by one. We see that the side guy that was, and I'm drawing a blank on his name, but the side guy that was with Nick Fury, he's taken out first. Then we got Maria Hill's decapitated right after that. So basically all the regular people are taken out. Then we see that that Bucky is quickly taken down, and we can kind of get a little reveal of, you know, who it looks like, and it basically looks like Sabretooth, you know, to me. Next, we got Captain America, and it looks like he's taken by one of my faves, Mega Red. And then, last but not least, we got Wolverine, and he's confronted by basically all our known elements that was out there. It's Omega Red, Sabretooth, and Deadpool. They, you know, basically jump Wolverine and capture him. Our next scene, we wake up and we have Bucky, Captain America, and Wolverine, and they're basically in this hole, chained up, and they're you know, being talked to by Deadpool. Well, not even them. It's just basically Mastermind, and they're basically like, come on, man, you know, give us the machine. They're like, no way, you know, I got plans, blah blah blah. But before that can even get started, we jump to this next page and we see that it's not just them. It's you know, Colossus, Petro Rasputin, or I think that's how you say his name, or Peter Rasputin, but I think it's Petro Rasputin. But Colossus is with the Russian crew, you know, and basically it's like Canada and Russia have mixed together. But we're gonna call it Team Red. Let's just say that. But basically, they tell our heroes that they have a bomb that's in their chest, and they're gonna let them run free, and then they're eventually gonna detonate it. Basically, there is like this back and forth. It's part of the comic that I like the most, because like Wolverine's like, you know, get you know, we need that, and like, you know, to you know, fuel America. And Russia, you know, Colossus is like, you know, first off, how dare you, this was ours, we already had this, you're coming in here trying to steal this, you know. And think about it in reverse, you're about to take this from a country that's already using it to keep their people safe, and, you know, with power. You take this from them, it's denying them from that power just to fuel, you know, America, kind of thing. So there is no justifiable action here. We get the scene where it's kind of like, you know, this back and forth between Wolverine and Colossus, and basically Wolverine's like, I'm gonna come up there and get you, kind of thing, and they do let Captain America and Bucky take off, which is shown here. But we see that Deadpool's Deadpool, and he doesn't even let him get that far, because he pulls out the remote and he basically, you know, ignites it, and they all go boom. They do show at the bottom down here that you know, Wolverine is literally trying to tear his chest out so he can get to the bomb before it explodes, but of course it explodes just like the other ones. This is another part of the book where it is a little different. You know, basically at this scene, we had like the one column where, and I'll put both on panel. But we have one scene where it's just the Team Red talking to a now deceased Wolverine as they're walking away, and it shows Wolverine like coming back together. This part is a little more like graphic and gruesome. The just regular version is just, it just shows like this version of Wolverine, you know, being put back together. But basically, that is the first issue of Wolverine's Revenge. Honestly, I loved it. I'm a huge fan of Greg Capallo's art. It works in this fashion. I love the whole, like, that it's Omega Red, you know, Deadpool, and Sabretooth. Those are some of my favorite villains. I'm not very familiar with Mastermind, but I kind of get his spiel. He's, you know, in the telekinesis, you know, telekinetic, telepath, you know. But so far, first issue wasn't bad. Now, the comparison between like the regular and the uncut, I think it's not really justifiable. You know, you're talking about, it's $5 for the regular and the variant, you know, to get, and you're only getting like maybe like 5 extra panels. You know, it's really like half a page's worth of material. I will say the half of material that we got is pretty brutal, and you know, it's pretty neat. I would say that, but is it worth the $5? Yeah, you know, to get an extra variant, because it doesn't add anything to the story. It's just a little more graphic or whatever. But you know, small complaint to the comparison. I think both are unique, and both are kind of different. Maybe you got children at home, and you can't have this graphic comic just laying around. You know, maybe your significant other, you know, just isn't into that kind of stuff, or maybe you aren't into that graphic, you know, violence. So, I mean, it could go either way, kind of thing. But I thought they were both, you know, in comparison, both great comics, especially for a first issue. It's got enough to get you in there, enough mystery, enough vibe. But hey guys, that's my review. Let me know down below if you read this. What were your thoughts on it? I have heard some people that were like, meh, it was okay kind of thing, and I could see that. There's not a lot to the story, let's just say. But guys, that's my review. I will have some more reviews coming. I'm going to try and do at least 2 or 3 a week, something like that. Touch base with some of the more, like, either popular comics or some of the more, you know, comics with unique stories, something like that. I'm not going to do, you know, like, recommended or anything like that. I'm not going to take requests yet. I'm going to get started and then we'll work on that, but just bear with me. I'm going to get going. But guys, this is my review on Wolverine's Revenge, like I had, you know, said, and let me know down below what you thought about this. And guys, that's my review, and thanks for watching. I'm going to let y'all go. Yeah.